Good morning. So today we're gonna create your first neural network using TensorFlow API called as Keras. You probably know in past 10 years, the best performing artificial intelligence system, such as speech recognizers on smartphones or Google automatic translators or self-driving cars, etc. Has resulted from a technique called as deep learning. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning, concerned with algorithm inspired by uh, structure and function of human brain called as artificial neural network. Neural network are a set of algorithms. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a basic neural network. I'm not going to explain how does it looks like or what all function it has, but we're going to see how does it work, and we are going to use a very small set of code to implement this on a Keras, right? So for anything we need a problem statement, right? So today's problem statement is this. So we have x and y. There are numbers for x and y. What we're going to do is we're going to figure out the relationship between these two, x and y. And this is a standard school mathematics. You could easily figure out what is the relationship between x and y here. Can you see the pattern, or can you figure out a formula which maps, x and y? Take a moment. If not, or if you are able to make it, then you might have done a machine learning on your head. So this is a formula. Y is equal to 3x plus 4. So if x equal to 1, then y equal to 7. And as x equal to 2, the y is equal to 10, right? So this problem is not really fit for a deep learning kind of thing. This we could have done in with our, brain itself. It's not going to take much time. But um, I'm going to show you if we feed the x and y into a neural network and given value of x, can we predict y? Uh, we are not coding this formula anywhere, but we let the neural network to figure out the pattern between them. And if I say x equal to some numbers, it gives us the corresponding y. This is we're gonna do it, right? It's a basic, simple thing so that everybody can understand. And we are not getting much deep into this, how this neural network figure out and all that. I'm just showing you the line of code, and there are a lot of lectures and courses available on internet today, so that you can use that to understand the other building blocks of neural networks, right? So let us get into the code. So these are our x and y, right? So I'm going to import required lib files, libraries for building a neural network. So first I import Keras, and I'm importing layers, optimizers, models, and also importing NumPy. So only this much libraries, we need for building this small neural network. So creating our input x as a NumPy array, feed in these informations, and y also in the similar way. So yes, so these are our input for the neural network. So we have x, we have y, right? Y. Now we're going to create a model called a sequential. This we imported here. I'll tell you what exactly it is. And I'm adding some more parameters. Shape is equal to 1. So in Keras, the word tends to define a layer of connected neurons. So here you see only one, that's what I mentioned. It's a basic neural network with only one neuron in it. And if you see in a neural network, there is an input layer, there is a hidden layer, there is an output layer. So the successive layers are defined in sequence. Hence we are using the word sequential or the model sequential model. Okay, and now we're going to compile this model. Model.compile, optimizer std, and loss function is mean squared error matrix accuracy. Oops, some error loss. There's a typo. Mean squared error. So we compile the model. So there are two important functions. One is optimizer, another one is loss. So I would like to think about in this way. Neural network has no idea of the relationship between x and y here. So what it does is it guess the output. So for example, it make a guess. So given x, it guess this is the y, right? So you can see that we are not defining or we are not explicitly telling that uh, x equal to 3x plus 4. The formula we are not coding anywhere. So we want neural network to figure out that pattern, right? So it does a guess, right? Y is equal to um, you know the combination of x plus or minus some value, and then it will use this data, knows about the set of x and y's. We see that and it figure out or measure how good or bad the guess was. So the loss function is going to do this guess, and then it gives the value to optimize to figure out the next guess. So this is the basic explanation or a layman explanation to these two values. But if you wanted to know more, then you could refer the documentation. I'm not going to explain much on this, right? So the basic logic, what is going to happen in each case, it should be better than the one before. And as the guests get better and better, the accuracy is going to approach to 100%. So the metrics we are going to use to measure the model is like an accuracy here. And here the loss function is we are using mean squared error. There are many other loss functions. You can look into the documentation. An optimizer we are using SGD. This is called a stochastic gradient descent. So now we're going to train the model. So training happen in the fit command. We are feeding x and y. These are like our inputs today. And approach is 1000 and verbose is 1. So we are asking the neural network or the model to figure out the relationship between x and y. And the approach is 1000 means that it will go through the training loop of 1000 times to make a guess, measure how good or bad the guess with the loss function, and then use optimizer and the data to make another guess and repeat it. So this is going to happen here. Now we're going to run this training. So it started training. So you see the accuracy here is like 16 percentage, it become 33, it's going here and there. I see 33 percentage and 83 and 338 approach. So the neural network is actually figuring out the relationship. And some places we see the accuracy is like 100%. But we should not be happy that our model is reached to 100% accuracy. There are many things associated with it, and this is a very basic neural network and very limited set of input parameter. Um, so the model is trained now. So now what we're gonna do, we have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for x. So we didn't give x beyond 6. So let's take some numbers. For example, x equal to 11. And as per our formula, y is equal to 3x plus 4. So if we compute x, right, on your brain, then 3 into 11 plus 4 is equal to 37. This is, if x equal to 11, then y should be 37. Now the model is already trained here. It figure out the relationship between x and y, and we didn't specify the formula here. So let's see that how this model going to predict. So y is equal to model dot predict, and we are feeding x as 11. Now let's check what is y. So y is like 37. So if you see in our theoretical calculation, the 37, and here we see that 37 point some, uh, digits we seen. So you might be thinking, why it is not showing us exact 37 with like accuracy of 100%. There are many reason and explanation for it. I'm not going to explain it right here. This is a very basic neural network. You can see I've created a neural network with hardly 10 lines of code. Um, Hope this would be helpful, and you can start building a lot of other logics on top of this particular thing just to show you how this is going to work. Um, Thank you. You can send me a request if you want to know much details about this neural network. I can help you with it. Thank you. Thank you for watching.